So I bought the national compensated bridge. Looks like this. It comes with the biscuit, the bridge, and a couple of install materials of some sort. I'll figure out what those are. But I'm not going to do an install video. If you don't know how to install one, I don't either. And I'm getting ready to figure it out myself. I'll do a little bit of clips here and there, more like a documentation of the fact that I did it. And then I'll tell you whether I think it helps with the intonation or not. I recently did a video on this guitar about a week ago. I did a video on this guitar, and I changed the strings, and I was having a lot of trouble getting the intonation right. And so I'm recording an album, and I need the intonation. The intonation's working okay. If you want to watch that video on how to just get your intonation correct, it's on my website under resonator intonation, because I have the resonator intonation fine. It works fine. But I'm going to try this compensated bridge out. I'm going to install it. Like I said, I'm not going to do this is not an installation video. I don't even know how to install it. I'm going to figure it out myself. The first step is I took the cone out of the guitar and took the screw out right here. And I took the screwdriver and I stuck it through this hole, and I went poof, and I pushed and popped off the old bridge. This is a quality bridge. Don't lose this. And watch out with this. Don't bend this. This is easy to bend. It's very thin, which is one way it gets the sound it gets. But there's a little bit of glue on there. When you go to put the new one on, you're supposed to use a little bit of like wood glue or shop glue or some kind of light glue to keep it from moving around once you get it back on there. The new bridge, the National Compensated Bridge, is pretty self-explanatory. It's also made out of some really nice wood. I don't know what type of wood that is, but as you can see, it's got a little groove in it that matches the groove, the corresponding groove on the bottom of this bridge, and it just goes in there only one way. There's nowhere it can go or can't go. It only goes in there one way. It is a little high, and you're supposed to file it down or cut it down to get the height you want it. And the grooves for the strings aren't cut out yet. So I'm going to have to file out the grooves for the strings. I marked where I wanted to cut it on the bottom. See that mark I made there on the bottom side? And I'm going to cut that out to get that height I want. I want mine to be kind of high. I play only slide on these types of guitars, and I want it a little higher for my personal taste than it is from the factory. So I got my mark like I showed you, and then I just take this piece of sandpaper and lay it on a hard surface so you can see that groove there. I'm just going to go back and forth until I get to that line. So I got finished. It didn't take me, but it was very easy to file down with a piece of rough sandpaper. I got it like I wanted it, right to my mark that I made. And now I'm going to just install it. I'm not going to make a video of me just putting it in. I might put a little couple of pieces, but not like a full. And just like I said, this isn't a complete, how to do it video. This is how I'm doing it. On the old bridge, there's a little run of glue. You can see it right here. See that ring of glue going around the edge there? And here's the new bridge. And before I install it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the screw so that the screw works with it. And then I'm going to take this toothpick and I'm going to get some Elmer's wood glue. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around the edge. Not too much, just a little bit. It says to use white glue. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it means wood glue. And I'm going to put just a little bit right there. That's because that's what it says to do. This is what I came up with for my glue pattern. I'm not going to put too much on there. I'm just going to put a little bit. Now I have it installed. The glue didn't squirt out any. That's good. That's one reason I didn't want to put too much. Screw in there. It went in pretty easily. I've got it filed down, and now I just got to figure out, I got to install it in the guitar. So I got it installed here, and I'm hoping that I got my height right, but I'm gonna have to also file out for the strings a little bit. I have some really cheap files. I'm pretty sure the National logo goes that way, and this bridge will only go in this bridge one way. This bridge will only go in this Biscuit one way. So I think I'm good on that. I got to do some filing and some putting the strings on. So I got the height right, got it good enough for now, and I put on the two strings like I usually do. Let me flip it here and show you. So to set my resonator cone, I usually put the bass string on and the treble string. And look at, I don't know if you can see, let me try and make it so you see that tuner. Okay, wow, that is blurry. All right, so here it is open. She's right on D. Now I'm gonna hold her on a 12, and I'm gonna tap her. And I mean, that's the E, the high E, which is a little, just one mark flat, but let me check it here. Boom. That is, I mean, I haven't even done anything. Let me reset that. The strings are still loose, so they're stretching a little bit. But let me just switch it back to my face here. Yeah, that's a big difference. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and restring it and check it out now, but I haven't even like filed out for the strings, and I'm kind of scared too because that thing is sitting nice. And I didn't even make any adjustments. I literally just threw the strings on there. Usually you have to twist that bridge. Let me flip it. Usually you have to twist this bridge either that way or that way to get the strings to line up with the intonation on the 12th fret. I didn't. I just literally just put the strings on just to kind of check it, and the intonation is dead on. I'm going to go ahead and string up the whole guitar the way I want to string it up, and then I'll get back on the video here. So I've put all the strings on. Here, let me show you. And I've got the bridge in there right there. I didn't do anything. I didn't do any filing. These are a set of 11s with a 13 here and a 17 here. And they fit right in there. Ernie Ball strings. They fit right in there. I tested everything out. The intonation is great. Remember, when you're testing on your 12th fret, here I'll show you. Okay, so she's a little sharp. I'm going to pull on the string a little bit. Loosen it up a little bit. So that's a little flat. Tighten it just a touch. Alright, when you're testing on this 12th fret, remember, don't press down hard. Press down lightly right there. Hold on a second. Look at that. I mean, it's a little fuzzy, but you can see it. She's hitting dead on. Of course, the string's flat. A lot of times when you hold that 12th fret down to check your intonation, you're putting more pressure on the string than, you know, the pressure on the string is making it go sharp. So it doesn't always mean it's off a little bit, but when you press the string down into the, you know, the in between the frets, it'll bend the string a little bit and make it a little bit sharp. So I didn't have any problems with this. The intonation is great. Obviously, when you're dealing with a fixed bridge like this that's so loose, you're going to have issues. But I'm not having. I'm seeing that it's. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. I might do a follow-up video. But yeah, pretty good stuff.